I'm gonna be giving this doll a custom makeover. But I'll be customizing her based on suggestions and input from you guys, and then I'll be giving her away to one of you. So stay tuned to find out how you can enter to win her. This is the Barbie signature Ballet Wishes doll, and I specifically picked her because her face mold is so pretty. She has that Odile, I don't know how to pronounce it, but she has the face mold that everyone's been going crazy about recently. So I thought she'd be a perfect custom doll. And I won't lie, I think the doll as it is so gorgeous, but I have a strong feeling that I'll love her even more once we're done with this makeover. I do think her whole outfit is a little bit cheesy though, especially like the plasticky crown and stuff, but I'm not gonna hate on it too much. And I am personally in love with these ballet slippers. These look so adorable. Also, how is her foot even bending like that? Like, that's impressive. But enough about her outfit and stuff, because that's not gonna matter in about 2 seconds. I have some boiling hot water here, and you guys know the drill. We're gonna dip the doll's head in it and let that soak for a little bit, and then we're gonna yank her head off. Woo! I'm gonna take off this weird crown thing on her head. Oh, I guess I don't really have to worry about messing up her hair because we're about to make her go bald right away anyways. So this part definitely is always a bit sad because like there's nothing wrong with her hair honestly, but change needs to happen. We're cutting it off. Okay. Wow, that is quite the look. I cut off the rest of her hair remaining until we're at the buzz cut stage. And then my favorite part, scraping out all of the little hair plugs. And I just do this with a long pair of needle nose pliers and just scrape forever. I wonder if they've come up with a better method for this by now. Oh my gosh, wait, what's happening? Her chin's like turning a color. Okay, wait, I think we're okay. But I think there's low-key like rust on these pliers or something. I'm gonna go clean these. Okay, yeah, that's nasty. That's so gross. That doesn't look like hair. I think I just pulled some flesh out of her head. All right. Okay, now because this doll's gonna have mostly brown hair with a bit of pink highlights, and this was based off a poll in my community post, and this was the winner. So the doll's gonna have mainly dark brown hair, which means I'm gonna mix together brown and black acrylic paint. And I'm gonna paint the doll's scalp with that. And I'm only gonna do a really thin layer. Once that's all dry, I grab our brown hair. And I have actually rerouted a doll with this hair before, and it's this doll here, and yes, she still has all of her crazy piercings in because they haven't fallen off yet, and I like them. I did also cut that piece in half so that we have more hair, and because we don't need it to be super long. And as always, I grab a tiny piece of hair, I fold it in half, and then with my rerouting tool, I grab the piece, and then just poke it into the doll's head. And I repeat that about a billion more times, and we're gonna start by going all the way around the outer edge of the doll's hair. Then once I have all of that hair filled in, I'm just gonna continue filling in the rest of the doll's head. Okay, now that I finally have most of the head filled in, we mainly just have this part line left. And if you don't already know how I like to do my parts, I basically just poke in the piece of hair, and then I split it so that one half goes one way on the head and the other half goes the other way. And I repeat that all the way down the part. Okay, now as for pink highlights, I've never given a doll highlights before, so I don't really know what I'm doing, but I think I'm just going to like take a bunch of pink strands of hair and just kind of randomly poke them around the doll's head. I don't know, guys, I'm kind of doubting this at the moment. Hopefully this will grow on me. But the next thing I want to do is use my fabric tack glue to glue all the hair in place. And you don't want to cheap out on this step because the last thing you want is all your hair that you took forever rerouting to fall out. I'm speaking from experience. And I'm going to use a Q-tip to kind of really spread it all around in there. Make sure it gets everywhere. I also squish the head together as well. Once her hair has had time to dry overnight, I'm gonna give her back her body, but I don't really want to give her this body because we know I love articulation, and this doll, it has some, but it's limited. It's limited. So I have this Barbie made to move instead. It's always so nice when it's like just painless and nothing goes wrong. I'm gonna also cut this a little bit short and then place the new head on the new body. And I'm gonna give this all a rinse under some boiling hot water to help with this hair situation. Wait, guys, I feel like this always happens like once I actually rinse the doll's hair under some hot water and it sits right, but I'm feeling this now like a lot more. The highlights kind of blended so nicely into her brown hair now, and they're not as like chunky as they were. Now I am gonna give this doll a really quick trimming of her hair just to get those nasty scraggly ends gone. Okay, and this always kind of happens once I reroot a doll's hair. I'm like attached to her long hair. Like maybe I should cut it short, but I don't want to. So at least for now, we're gonna keep it long. And then as for a hairstyle, we're gonna focus on that later once we're kind of done with everything else. But before I forget, I also want to swap out her hands because these are the current Made to Move Barbie hands that she has. But I actually love the hands that she originally came with. They're just like more detailed and have more of a unique shape to them. And to swap doll hands, I just soak them in some boiling hot water and pop them off. And yeah, I just like those better. Like you can just see so much more detail in the hands compared to these ones. Now we're gonna move on to her face. And before we get any further, I want to say now that I put a poll up on my community post whether we should make this doll Y2K themed or beachy themed. Those options were based off of what majority of you guys wanted in my first post regarding this custom doll. Anyways, Y2K vibes did win. So therefore everything that I do with this doll, I'm gonna keep in mind the whole Y2K vibes and try to recreate that as best as possible. I am kind